I'm Crystal Baldwin here at Earth Sweet Botanicals, and today we're going to be making elderberry syrup. Elderberries make a super rich, really yummy, fruity syrup, and it's really good for the body and the immune system. I'm going to be using Rosemary Gladstar's book, which is called Medicinal Herbs, A Beginner's Guide. We carry this here at the boutique, and it's a fabulous book because it takes you step by step and tells you exactly how to make different herbal medicines. And it has a section in the back about different herbs so you can learn specifically about those herbs, and then she has recipes with each herb. So it's wonderful for you to learn about the herbs. I'm going to read you a little bit in the section about elderberries and its medicinal uses. So here she says that elderberries have immune-enhancing properties, and they're often combined with echinacea and immune-stimulating remedies for colds and flus. The berries also have powerful antiviral properties and are so helpful in treating viral infections, including flus, herpes, and shingles. They're also used for treating upper respiratory infections, and the berries make a very beautiful syrup. That's what we're going to make today. So the way that we start is we make a decoction. A decoction is something that we do with a hard herb, like a berry or a bark, or something that is a little more stiff than just your regular herb. And what we do when we make a decoction, it's like a very strong tea, or what we call a medicinal tea. It's different than a recreational tea, which we brew just for flavor. Medicinal teas we brew for much longer because we want to get all of the nutrients to come out of the plant and into the fluid, or what we call the menstruum. So to make a decoction of elderberries, we would start by adding the water with the berries. Here I'm using Rosemary's recipe, so 4 cups of water to a half a cup of elderberries. I've already placed them in the pan here, and I've been boiling it for about 15 minutes. And you want to boil it for at least 30 to 45 minutes, and then let it sit a little bit longer. We put the lid on it just slightly askew to let some of the air come out, but we want to capture some of the nutrients. So as the nutrients are released, they're going to come up in the vapor. We want them to hit the lid and go back down into our pot. But at the same time, we want some of the fluid to evaporate away. Our goal in a syrup is to take this and boil it and reduce the fluid by half. We started with 4 cups of water. We want to end up with around 2 cups of tea that we can turn into a syrup, okay? So keep an eye on that, and when you think you're there, go ahead and turn it off, let it rest and cool. That's what I've done here, so I have a pot that's already cooling, and then we're gonna turn it into a syrup. Now what we do to turn it into a syrup is we're going to take, you can take a pan or a pot. I'm using a Pyrex container here so that I can easily pour it. You're going to put a strainer here so that you can get the berries out. I'm adding a little piece of unbleached muslin so that we can get all the little particles that are about to come out. And also we can then squeeze out all of the last little drops of nutrients. Elderberries are very colorful, as you can see, so I'm going to put some gloves on so that I can keep from getting my hands stained. So this is not hot at all because I've let it cool completely down. And I'm just going to strain it through here so that we can capture all of the berries and not let them come through. I dump most of the berries and the fluid in here. And then this way I can take the muslin and I can pull it together like this, and I can get that last little bit of liquid, and that's usually where all those fabulous nutrients are hiding, right down there in the berries. We can squeeze all of that out and get it out of the berries, okay? And now we have this fabulous decoction, or a very strong medicinal tea. You can go ahead and drink this tea, slightly warm it, don't use a microwave, do it on a stove so you don't destroy any of the nutrients that you just extracted. Or we can go on and make it into a syrup. The easiest way to turn it into a syrup is to add honey. And the reason we don't add the honey to the hot pot is we don't want to destroy any of the nutrients in the honey. Honey is also fabulous for your immune system, has lots of antibacterial, antiviral, antimicrobial properties. Plus honey is wonderful for lining the throat and the mucous membranes and protecting you when you're sick. So we don't add it in the hot tea when it's boiling because we don't want to destroy those nutrients. We go ahead and we add it in with the cooled elderberries, or even if you let it cool to where it's just slightly warm so that the honey melts. You just want the honey to combine. You do not want to cook the honey or heat the honey in any way. So what you would do is add it back in here and stir it up. And if you find that it's just not combining, you know, that the honey is still separated, you can add it back into your pot and then just gently warm it until the honey is completely mixed in with your tea. Now you have a syrup. And that syrup you can place into a jar and keep in the fridge, and it lasts for several weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, sometimes a little bit longer. If you want to extend that medicine and keep it around longer, you can add whatever amount of fluid you have. You can add the same amount of brandy. Adding alcohol in with your syrup will preserve it and make it last for months, and it'll probably last your whole winter season that way. I still keep it in the refrigerator just for preservation. Then you can use this as needed. You can take it a couple of times a day, just as an immune booster throughout the winter months or anytime that you're feeling a little peaked. You can use it as a replacement because it has all this wonderful sweet honey in it, as the honey in your other teas. I like to add it to tea. I might even add it in a little bit of in some soup. You won't notice it in there, but you'll get all of the benefits. It's fabulous for the immune system. You can make a fabulous cup of tea with a different plant, a different herb, or your favorite tea brew, and use this in there just to get the benefits from the elderberries. They're wonderful for the immune system, and they're great for overall health and wellness. Hope that helps you understand a little bit of what elderberries can do. And if you have any questions, just contact us at earthsweetbotanicals.com, and we're happy to answer questions or pass along information. Thanks a lot, and stay healthy, happy, and well.